What great words of wisdom and inspiration. Discipline is not something you learn, it's something you do. And if you were disciplined today, if you're disciplined today, that doesn't mean you'll be disciplined tomorrow. Each day you make choices, and without discipline, some of those choices are going to take you to a destination that you won't enjoy when you get there. Choices you make today will affect your future health, your future wealth, and there is a reward for making healthy decisions. We all need encouragement, and these videos set a great stage for what we're going to talk about today. What will we leave behind to those who follow tomorrow? Will they see someone who is an example of the person they want to become? So don't give up, don't give in, always do the best that you can. Welcome everybody to our Breakthrough Thursday Better Deals and Money webinar. Thank you for joining with us tonight. You've heard it before, but let me just say it again. You're in the right place at the right time. Let's see what we have in the house. Brian Hedges, Bob Richardson, Charlie Dozier, Christina Collins, David Richards, Don Chadwick. I have somebody calling in on an iPhone. Michael Johnson, Reed, Sally, Shirley York, Spar, Tom Leonard, William Stevens. Great to see everybody here tonight. Let's see, we got some new people in the house. That's always great. A special welcome to our new guests. Excuse me one second. I have a little frog in my throat. So let me ask you a question. Have you noticed how many people are struggling financially? Probably more than any time in their lifetime. And even those who have plenty are still looking for ways to get more. They say it takes money to make money, and there is some truth to that, at least when it comes to making serious money. You need to start with serious money, and that's a roadblock to most of us. Well, tonight we're going to tell you how I missed an opportunity to turn $500 into $1 billion. True story, and one I don't want to repeat. And if you stick around until the end, I'm going to share how a similar opportunity exists right now, and I wouldn't want you to miss it either. But before we go there, I'm going to show you how to get the seed money. So like with only $10, you can start a chain reaction that grows into $496 in monthly income. And you don't have to know really anything. You know, this is something that is so simple, but it can set you up to potentially earn millions of dollars. And we're talking about legacy level income. Now, BDM runs on the power of community. Give, and it shall be given unto you. And that's not just a Bible verse, it's a universal law. Now, if you plant seeds, you're going to reap a harvest. But what many of us have failed to realize is how this law applies to money. You know, rich people get it. I have a business partner here in the Philippines. He's a billionaire, and he told me, I give to others and God gives me more. This is not something he just talks about. I've seen him deliver truckloads of food and give money, substantial amounts of money to impoverished people on several occasions. And the more he gives, the more he gets. It's incredible, actually, what I've seen him accomplish over the last 3 years. Now, he says you can't outgive God, and I believe that's true when your attitude is right. You know, farmers understand that seeds have to be planted correctly to produce a harvest. The soil has to be prepared. The depth at which the seed is planted is important. Proper soil moisture for the seed to germinate. And if you want your money to multiply when you sow it, then I invite you to our Sunday webinars. We're learning some amazing things that are changing lives as we speak. You know, the Amish live the principle of giving, and as near as I can tell, there are no poor among them. In fact, the Amish wealth grows consistently. And when a couple needs a barn, the whole community shows up. And one day the barn is standing strong because everyone helps, and in return, everyone gets helped. And that's exactly what we're doing at BDM. We raise barns together, except our barns are made of dollars and dreams. Now, when you join BDM, you're stepping into a community of unity, honesty, generosity, and action. And here's the magic. You start with one person, and if that person is successful, he or she could potentially make you a millionaire. No other opportunity out there offers that kind of potential. Ultimately, your goal is to enroll 4. That qualifies you for the top levels of the comp plan. And I remember being in one company, and to get to the top level, you had to have 30 personally enrolled people at the second to top level. And even I, who had reached the top level of 7 companies, did not reach the top of that one. So with just 4 referrals, you're in profit, and that alone can fast track you to $496 a month and beyond that to legacy income. Not hundreds, not thousands, just 4. So let's do this together. Let's start with $10, sow your seed, watch it multiply, and now let's roll a video and show you exactly how this works.
My name is John Austin, and I'm coming at you today with an amazing opportunity, something the world has never seen before. A first-of-its-kind, dual-stream compensation plan designed to turn just $10 a month into $496 in monthly income, and it could happen in days, not months. Sounds almost unbelievable, right? But stay with me. Imagine designing the perfect plan, a plan for the little guy, where even someone who struggles to recruit could still earn perpetual profits. A plan for the masses, where a small seed leveraged correctly grows into a fortune fast. And a plan powerful enough to attract million-dollar leaders who can earn thousands daily, right out of the gate. Tough decision, right? We built all 3. Welcome to Better Deals and Money. Our dual-stream plan combines the 2 most powerful systems ever created. First is our high-powered coded 2-up plan, where everyone you personally refer takes the next available frontline position. No waiting, instant pay. With one exciting twist, your second and fourth personal referrals pass up to your sponsor. But that's not loss, it's leverage. Let me explain. The 2-up plan has long been considered by experts to be the most powerful compensation plan ever created, paying up to 20 times what some others pay. Then you might ask, why don't all companies use it? The answer is simple: fear of loss. Nobody wants to give up 2 good people, especially when it could be their best 2. Our newly created dual stream plan overcomes that weakness by stopping any loss with its opposing reversed alternate fast track plan, designed for speed, simplicity, and serious momentum. Here's how it works. It perfectly opposes the 2-up plan, meaning you never lose anyone. Every even payment from your team goes to you. Every odd payment fuels your upline. You get paid in either one plan or the other on every single person you refer, and because both plans are equally powerful, you simply cannot lose. Together, they create a ripple effect of speed, momentum, and duplication. It's never been done before, and it doesn't stop there. We stacked this model across 4 easy entry points, from just $10 to $100. Every upgrade unlocks new streams of income, flowing to you 24/7. And for the high risers, we have elite plans from $250 to $20,000. And we built this in such a way that one can start at $10 and scale all the way to the top with no more money out of pocket. And here's the beauty: low cost to start. Simple system anyone can follow. Results that duplicate quickly. No hype. No gimmicks. Just a straightforward way to put real money in your pocket. You get a system designed to move you quickly toward $496 in monthly income. Not someday. Not after months of grinding, but within days. And you don't have to stop there. You can scale up just as quickly to be earning thousands monthly. Now imagine this. A simple $10 decision today could cover groceries, gas, bills, or whatever matters most to you. Every single month. All from a system that's built to actually work. We made it fair for everyone. Do nothing. You earn nothing. But with just one good referral, you can earn hundreds of dollars monthly, and 4 referrals is all that you need to go to the top level of the comp plan and earn thousands. Not 20, not 100, not into the thousands so you can cover your auto ship like other opportunities. That doesn't exist here. Look at this chart. With just 62 people on your team, you are earning $496 monthly. As your organization grows deeper, and it will with just 10 levels of duplication, you would now earn over $16,000 monthly, and it doesn't stop there. Some legs will go 100 levels deep and deeper. What happens if you personally refer 10? That's over $53,000 monthly. And what if your team average goes to 5? That's 154,000 monthly. But why would you stop there? But let's start with a realistic goal because anybody can earn $496 monthly with consistent effort. That lets you experience the system working and motivates you to do even more. Just $10 a month to earn unlimited income. There are no other fees, so here's the choice. Keep doing what you're doing, or take one small step today that could create a $496 monthly income stream in just days. Ready to get started? Just follow these simple steps. Complete the registration form using a valid email address. Check your inbox for a verification email and click the link inside. If it doesn't arrive right away, check your spam folder and mark it as not spam. Log into your dashboard with your email and username. From the left-hand menu, click Make a Purchase, then select Dual Stream. You can get started for only $10. Want to accelerate your earnings? You can scale up anytime by making more than one Dual Stream entry. Bonus: when you pay with a credit or debit card, you'll also receive a vacation package worth hundreds of dollars as our thank you for your donation. This is John Austin. Thanks for watching. Let's build your income together.
Let's go ahead and show you how easy it is to get started. Assuming that somebody sends you perhaps this link right here, we're going to add a name to it. This is just a demo account. Whoop, no. Not doing that one. Where'd it go? Okay, so you would click register, either join free, register. Fill out the information you see, shows the sponsor right here. Your sponsor's name should show up here. Click I'm not a robot, and then check your email because you're going to need to verify your email address. Make sure you got the right email address. If it's not in your inbox, check your spam folder. And then you go ahead and sign in. And this is what your dashboard would look like. So I encourage you to go through all of these different links and become familiar, but let's just very briefly show you how you would make a purchase. Go click Make a Purchase, go to Dual Stream, and once you make a purchase, it's going to be it will show already taken. We're going to click on 100 because that's still available. Now I could purchase that with my commissions here. Again, that's just a demo account, but we're going to show you how to do it with a credit card. This is going to give you a free vacation, $100 value. Actually, it's over $1,000 value. And the Dual Stream, 2 for 1. Enter your credit card information and then click Pay. And if you had completed that payment, this would then change color and already be taken. Here's your Elite Dual Stream. Okay, here's your wallet. This shows all of your transactions, money in, money out. We have your websites. This is the video you just watched right here. You can send this link to your friends via email, text message, post it to your social media. That's how you get the word out. Have other marketing tools. Telegram. Definitely want to join our Telegram channel, our support chat. This is a way for you to stay in communication, receive updates. And let me just quickly show you our income calculators. And we created this so you'd be able to basically create your own game plan. How many people do you think you can refer at $10? What's your team average going to be? I'd like to start with $496 would take you 62 people in your group, with you having referred 4 to reach $496 in monthly income. So my object here is to set a realistic goal. I've introduced many million-dollar earners in this industry. The common denominator with virtually all of them was that they didn't start out to make $1 million. They started out to earn an extra $300 to $500 a month. So that's what we're looking at right here. An extra $500 definitely can make a difference in your budget, can help you put better food on the table, more gas in your car, maybe help make a car payment, house payment, whatever, maybe even go on vacation. But $496 is kind of a place where really opens up your eyes to see what's possible with this industry. A lot of people have never earned $500. And here, with just 62 people, you're earning $500 a month, basically. But why would you stop there? Wouldn't you probably take $20 out of this for $496 and upgrade? And with those same 62 people following you, you would now be earning $1488. Do the same thing again. Now you're at almost $4,000 a month. Upgraded 100, you're pushing $9,000 a month. And it doesn't have to stop there, because if you're earning this kind of money, you're going to be telling people. You're going to be talking about BDM more than anything else you talk about. And you're going to be talking about it in a way with such excitement that people are going to want to take a look. And that means you're going to have people joining you. Once you get to a certain level, enrolling new people becomes effortless. It becomes absolutely easy. Why? Because people want what you have. Here you've invested $10 and you're now making $29,000 a month. Yeah, they want to know how they could do that too. And it doesn't stop there, because as your average increases, or your personal referrals increases, your team average is probably going to increase as well. And so you can see how these numbers can increase, incredibly large. Yeah, these numbers it would take you a long time to get to that point, but they're real numbers. And the reason that a person can actually scale up that big is because this compensation plan is paying 20 times what most other compensation plans are paying. So if you had to have 1,000 people to make a certain level of income, you would need 20,000 people in another compensation plan. So literally, the numbers get crazy, beyond belief, to earn the kind of income that you might be looking for. But again, this is just an example for you to get an idea of the amount of work that you would have to do to create the kind of income that you need, to make your life have meaning. All right. I want to switch gears here and I want to talk about what I believe could be the next Bitcoin level opportunity, and that's the Flare token. As I mentioned, years ago, I was invited or encouraged to buy Bitcoin by a friend of mine. His name was Richie. Over and over again, he said, "John, you got to buy Bitcoin. You got to buy Bitcoin." Well, I didn't know why I needed to buy it, and I missed that opportunity. $100 then would be worth close to $250 million today. $500 then would be well over $1 billion today. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at a token that is now very inexpensive that could become the next Bitcoin level opportunity. So why could Flare be your ticket to life-changing wealth? Let's talk about real money. You're looking at something that you can buy today, watch it explode over the years, and here's why Flare could become that opportunity. The current price is between 1 and 3 cents. Very, very cheap. Less than what I would have paid for Bitcoin. Market cap is still relatively small, which means there's a lot of room for growth and getting in early before the masses catch on. So why does early matter in anything? Or if you remember, Bitcoin in 2010 was pennies. People who bought $100 worth then became millionaires. Flare is right now at that same pennies phase. And here are 5 reasons why Flare could explode. 1, it solves a massive problem. And what is that problem? Well, 2 problems actually. There are several blockchains out there that don't have the ability to make smart contracts. And smart contracts have become a big deal in the cryptocurrency world. Being able to create a contract on the blockchain, it basically becomes immutable. It can't be changed, you know, and so it can never be cheated. The other reason is that we need a way for all of the blockchains to communicate with each other. As it is, you know, each independent blockchain is kind of an island unto itself. But Flare actually brings all of the different blockchains together. So it allows Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Dogecoin, all to communicate with each other without bridges. So if you think of this as the universal translator of cryptocurrencies, well, when the world realizes this, you know, it's going to explode. Real world use case. Okay, so Bitcoin was revolutionary, but it was slow and expensive. Flare, it's built for rapid transactions. Right now, it's under 1 cent per transaction. Okay, so if you're sending $1 million, that's going to be expensive because usually it's based upon a percentage, right? Lightning fast speed, perfect for businesses, payments, and real commerce. So the translation is this: people will actually use it, not just hold it. See, there are many coins out there that have no use. Meme coins, for example, but we'll talk about that momentarily. So number 3 is the first mover advantage. Flare is pioneering data blockchain technology. They're not competing, they're creating a new category. But we've all seen new categories, right? Uh, Airbnb, Amazon, Netflix. And what did these new categories do? They disrupted an industry. So we're creating a new category. And just like Bitcoin created digital gold, Flare is creating the infrastructure for the next generation of finance. Number 4, it has institutional backing and partnerships. Flare has partnerships with major players, people with big money, and it continues building relationships with financial institutions. So when big money comes in, prices don't just rise, they explode. And what I will say, you know, it took 15 years for Bitcoin to get where it is now. Well, Bitcoin paved the way. It created the track basically for all of the cryptocurrencies to run on. It's not going to take 15 years for Flare to basically reach its peak or to reach very significant levels. So supply and demand dynamics. Right now, well, there always will be a limited supply like Bitcoin. So the number of Flare coins is not going to increase. You have growing adoption, more businesses integrating it, and you have utility rewards. So you can actually stake your Flare coins like money in the bank and receive an interest from having those Flare coins staked. So what do the numbers say? Well, if you were to invest $1,000 today, for example, at 2 cents, you would get 50,000 Flare tokens. If Flare reaches just $1, your $1,000 excuse me, becomes 50,000. If Flare reaches $5, your 1,000 becomes 250,000. And if Flare reaches $10, that skyrockets to $500,000. So is $10 realistic? Well, Bitcoin went from pennies to over 110,000. No, actually 120,000, I think. Ethereum has gone from $1 to $4,000. The crypto market has proven that world-changing technology creates world-changing wealth. So what happens right now? We have about 4% of the world population that has cryptocurrency. What happens when, they're predicting maybe in the next 24 months that could go to 10%. What's going to happen to the cryptocurrency world? Well, people are going to be buying cryptocurrency, right? Some of them are going to be buying Flare coin. And especially as we go out and share, what Flare is and the value it has and where Flare is going, you're going to have more and more people buying it because they see and understand the opportunity that's in front of them. And so we're actually going to create more demand right here at BDM by sharing this opportunity with the world. But with 4% of the population owning cryptocurrency, it's created more billionaires than can fit in a football stadium. So what happens when it goes to 10%? That's more than double. How many millionaires and billionaires are going to be created? And are you going to be one of them? Still in early adoption phase. We're building real world technology here, something that the world actually needs, bringing the different blockchains together. It has already survived market crashes. It's positioned for the next bull run. And Bitcoin, it disrupted money. So what's the disruptive edge of Flare? Ethereum disrupted contracts. Flare is disrupting data and interoperability. In a world where every blockchain needs to talk to each other, Flare is the blockchain that makes that possible, making Flare an essential infrastructure in the crypto world. Now, infrastructure is what determines long-term play. Like I mentioned before, there's thousands of junk coins and meme coins out there that have no purpose other than to make the founders rich at the expense of the masses. They call it pump and dump. They come and go, but a cryptocurrency with infrastructure and real world technology creates generational wealth. Bottom line, why Flare could produce massive returns. Okay, number one, you're getting in at pennies. It's like the Bitcoin early bird phase. Flare solves a real world problem. Supply is limited, demand is growing, and the technology is changing the world. It's a disruptive status. It has actual use. Businesses are adopting it. And bottom line, the window, gets smaller. How many people today can buy a Bitcoin? $120,000. They could have bought a lot of them at a nickel. So every day Flare gets more adoption. The price creeps higher. People who make life-changing money, they buy when it's cheap and when everyone else thinks it's skeptical. Okay, so I looked at Bitcoin and I couldn't see, there was no track record. I couldn't see how people would buy something that really had no value. Well, value was created by what? By demand. And as people began to see that they could transfer money easily from one side of the world to the other and do it very quickly, Bitcoin had more and more people, adopting it. And now banks, all of the big banks, big companies, even governments are getting invested in Bitcoin. So the question isn't, will Flare grow? The question is, will you be positioned when it does? So are you ready to secure your position in what could be the next Bitcoin level opportunity? So last Tuesday, I said I was going to post an onboarding uh, document, PDF. I'm sorry I didn't get that done. I needed some more information before I could complete that. I thought it was almost done. Uh, Hopefully today I will get that posted in a Telegram for people that want to get an early start on in acquiring some um, Flare coin, Flare token. To me, I'm all in. I am going to accumulate as much Flare coin as I can going forward, and I hope that what you saw today makes sense. Let's go ahead and open up for some questions or comments. Feel free to just hit unmute or raise or raise your hand. Sorry, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat today. Um, would love to hear any comments. Reed, go ahead.
Oh, hi, John. How are you?
Good.
Um, any possibility that in the future, BDM could like pay out in Flare coins?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Um, in fact, probably, I don't know if it'll happen by the end of this week or the first of next week. We're going to introduce a Flare multiplier where you will be able to uh, start with a very small amount of money. And my goal is to help all of our members, anybody who wants to, has a desire to not just get a few hundred coins or a few thousand coins, but literally, I'll show you how you can get 1,000,000 coins um, or more. In fact, let me see, I might, just for the fun of it, give me a second to pull this up. Okay, so this is a calculator I created for Flare. Right now, Flare being uh, somewhere between 1 and 3 cents, approximately $50. 2,000 Flare is approximately $50. 4,000 would be 100, 250, and 500. Okay, so we're talking real money here, and we're talking about uh, a future that literally is going to make some of our BDM members probably a lot of millionaires and hopefully even some billionaires. And that was really from the very beginning of setting up BDM was my goal. And part of that included introducing cryptocurrency and helping people get their feet wet, get moved into the cryptocurrency world. A lot of people have hesitated. They've I don't know, been skeptical or lazy or or whatever, but really it's no more difficult than setting up a bank account. Maybe it's a little bit different. Excuse me, I got to get a drink of water. It's obviously a little bit different than setting up a bank account, but very similar. And you're using something new, maybe like going from a 4-track to an 8-track tape, or from an 8-track tape to a cassette tape, or from you know what I'm saying, the how we've moved along in the world of technology. Well, having a bank account online is a technology, right? And we're using fiat money. Having a crypto wallet online It's a place for you to hold your money. Very, very similar. So, like I said, I'm going to be posting an onboarding document to show you how to set up a wallet, purchase some Flare, and get ready for what's coming. So here, let's say, again, you can go down to 1, but I just like to start with 4 and 4 and 4 because we're talking 62 people, and that's doable. And when people see this opportunity and how they could perhaps get, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of Flare coins, and but possibility that they're one day going to go to $40,000 a coin. What if they only went to $1,000 and you had a million? You're still a billionaire. If you got a million coins that goes to 1,000, you're billionaire status. So let's show you how to do that. So you would enter with 2,000 Flare coins, and with referring 4 people who did the same, and a team average of 4 through 5 levels, that would produce for you 99,200 Flare. So we're already at 100,000. If you had 1,000 Flare coins that went to $1,000, that's $1 million. If you had 100,000 Flare coins that went to $1,000, that's 100 million. You see what I'm talking about here, folks. I'm talking about world-changing wealth, life-changing wealth. Okay, now let's take from this 99,000 and go to the 4,000 Flare level, and look what's going on. You got 297,000 Flare. That's up the game here to the $10,000 level, or 10,000 Flare level. Now you're at 793,000 Flare. Let's up that to 20,000. You're now at 1.7 million Flare. And that's with only 62 people all following you and doing the same. Is that possible? Is that doable? Absolutely. It is, it is so doable that anybody that makes a decision, makes a commitment, can do it. All right. So, and the beauty of this too is let's say you need some instant cash. You just, you'll withdraw the Flare to your wallet, and you'll send it to your bank account, convert it to fiat, and now you've got some grocery money. So it works both ways. We're looking at long-term investment, but we're also looking at a way for you to be able to convert Flare to dollars or euros or whatever your currency is, and then spend it at the grocery store, at the gas station, etc. Okay. Again, let's say you increase, you get 6 personals at these levels. Now we're looking at 2.6 million Flare. What if your team average increases to 6? 10 million Flare. What if we go 6 levels? And again, folks, this pays infinite levels deep. This could go 100 levels deep and deeper. Does that make sense, Reed?
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I greatly appreciate you.
All right. Any other
Thank you.
comments, questions?
Yes, John, I've
Brian.
got a few, but I'll leave them for our meeting afterwards. So those are people, the board members of the advisory board. We're going to have a 5-minute break at the end of this, and then leave the site open, and then come back into it and do our advisory board meeting. And we got some pretty heavy topics to discuss.
Okay, awesome. I was actually going to save this for the meeting afterwards. So explain to them what's going on, Brian. We're going to leave the platform open. We're going to take a 5-minute break.
Yes, that's right, John. That was the
And
plan.
and we'll be back, and this will be basically a discussion for, you know, where
A
we're
whole
going.
range of things.
Yeah, and this is a place for you to ask your questions. And what I will do here is I'll go ahead and then take us off of the recording. Let's go ahead and we'll close this portion, and then I'll stop the recording. So friends, what you've seen tonight is more than just numbers on a screen. It's proof that when people come together in unity, anything is possible. And we're going to see some crazy things happen going forward. I think we're just going to blow the doors off this industry with just $10. You're joining a program. You're planting a seed in fertile ground. And like the Amish build barns, we're building dreams. We're building legacies and financial freedom together. You know, the only question is what kind of barn do you want to build? Whatever it is, family, travel, debt freedom, a project that you've been, you've had on your heart. You know, BDM is here to help make that real. And the next step is up to you. So don't wait, because your harvest begins the moment you sow your first seed. Thank you for being here. God bless, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Let's see.